Hey guys, this is the second to last lesson we'll be learning this semester. You can see from the title it's volume of a pyramid or a cone. We'll fill in that formula in just a second. I have an image here that we're going to look at. This isn't in your notes, so just look at it here with me. We've already done volumes of these prisms, a triangular prism, square prism, and so on. We know that the volume for those is BH. Remember, B stands for area of the base times the height. You can go back and watch that video if you need to. That's how I find these. So I would find the area of this pentagon base, multiply it by how tall it is, the height to the other pentagon base. So how is that going to compare to these pyramids? Do you think this pentagonal prism is going to have the same volume as this pentagonal pyramid? Or if I were to fill this with water and fill this with water, would they hold the same amount? No, this one's definitely going to hold less. The pyramid's going to be less. How about for the hexagonal pyramid as opposed to the hexagonal prism? If this tells me the volume, the amount of water that fits in this figure, will the amount of volume or water that fits in this figure be more or less? Excuse me. It will be less. The formula is actually really nice. It's the old formula for these prisms, but it's 1/3. If you want this figure, it's 1/3 of what the prism would have been. This square pyramid is 1/3 of the volume of this square prism. So I'd like you to write the formula 1/3 BH. Just like always, B stands for area of the base. So don't pick one of the numbers on the base. If there's like a 2 right here, don't put 2. Find the area of this base. The 2 may help you. And then the height is actual height, not slanted height. There was another video on that earlier, the difference between height and slanted height. Slanted height is on the outside and height is on the inside. And we'll do some examples today so you'll see. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, find the volume of the pyramid or cone, show your work. So always start with the formula. And then we're going to go ahead and find capital B and H, the height. So capital B, what is the shape of the base? It's a circle. So area of a circle, what's the formula? Pi r squared. What's my radius? Looks like 6. 6 squared is 36. We're kind of in the habit of leaving the pi there, so we don't have a long decimal that we have to transfer over here. We know the area of the base now, so we're going to transfer 36 pi right in here for B. Now, height. Is 15 the height? Yes, 15 is the height, which is nice. We don't have to do much extra work. If we were given this number, that's what we call the slanted height, L. This is the actual height, H. If we're ever missing one and need the other, we can always do Pythagorean theorem. But in this case, we want height, and we were given height. So go ahead and grab your calculator. Let's type that in. And let's round to hundredths. So I got 565.49 centimeters cubed. Remember, volume, length times width times height if it's a prism. So we're multiplying area of the base, which is centimeters squared, times the height, which is centimeters, to make centimeters cubed. Okay, let's try the next one. Start writing the formula. Capital B is area of the base. So what shape is the base? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a pentagon. What's the formula for area of a pentagon? By the way, you should have a gold sheet with all of your area formulas if you forget. That's 1/2 AP, 1/2 apothem perimeter. The apothem, I'm usually going to give you the apothem. It's 7. Remember, apothem is center to side. So that's 7. The perimeter, I meant to give you another number. Sorry about that, I left off a number. Go ahead and put a 12 right here for this side. Pretend that that was given to you. I'm sorry. Okay, so now I can find the perimeter. So the perimeter of the base is 12, 12, 12, 12, and 12. I'll always give you a regular base, so all the sides are the same. 12 times 5 is 60. So the area of the base, capital B, is 210. So we have 1/3, 210, sorry, 1/3, 210. Now the height, it's not 20. That's the tricky part. So what we need to do is we need to make a triangle. The triangle will always have slanted height, actual height, and then this bottom side. Well, look at the bottom side. Notice the bottom is from the center to the side, which is also the apothem. I just drew it this direction so you could see it. Your triangle will always have the slanted height, the height, and in this case, the apothem from the center to the side. So we know that this number is 7. That number is 20, and we want to know h, the height. So let's go ahead and do Pythagorean theorem. We're going to do 7 squared plus h squared is 20 squared. You do need to be showing your work, so 7 squared plus h squared equals 20 squared. I know 20 goes here because this would be where the right angle is. That's the hypotenuse. Okay, go ahead and solve that. You can pause the video. I got 18.73499. Now I didn't round yet because it's not my final answer, but that's my height. And that's what goes in here for height. Since this is already in my calculator, this number that I just did, I can go ahead and just multiply by 210 and then multiply by 1/3. Remember, multiplying by 1/3 is the same as dividing by 3, so make sure you're checking it with your calculator so you don't wait till the test and say, I don't know how to do the 1/3. You end up getting 1,311.45 centimeters cubed. I should see this work, capital B, I should see this work, Pythagorean theorem. You don't have to show every step, but show the setup at least, and then your formula with all of your numbers filled in so I can check your work. All right. Number 3, I have my formula ready. Let's go ahead and do capital B, area of the base. Notice the base is a rectangle. We know how to find a rectangle. That's base times height. So for the rectangle, the area of the bottom is 2.5 by 8. 2.5 times 8 is 20. So the area of the base is 20. Now we need to put in the height. Okay, so were we given the height? Is 10 the height? No, look, it's on the outside. That's the slanted height. The actual height goes from the vertex to the middle. That's the height. And then we can draw this. Now, you might not think of it as an apothem, but it's still the center to the side. And if this whole side is 8, this is going to be 4. So I have height, 4, and this is what I call slanted height, which is the letter L, but we don't need the L because we have a number there. So we're going to go ahead and do 4 squared plus h squared equals the hypotenuse, which is 10 squared. Go ahead and do your work on that. And I got 9.1. 5 as my actual height. That's this height right here. That's the number I need. And so that's going to go over here for my height. And I'm ready to type this in to get my final answer of 61.1. Label is centimeters. Volume is cubed. Always got to do to circle your answer because there's a lot of work going on. Hopefully your work is about as organized as mine, maybe a little bit neater. Okay, last one. The volume of a rectangular pyramid is 150 centimeters cubed. If the area of the base is 250 centimeters cubed, what is the height? Ooh, this should be centimeters squared. Sorry, typo, fix that. What is the height of the pyramid? Now, just because it's in words and not in picture form, don't be confused. What are we talking about? We're talking about volume, we're talking about a pyramid. So let's write the formula. Volume equals 1/3 area of the base of the pyramid times the height of the pyramid. And look what we were given. We were actually told the answer. We're told the volume. So that's going to go right in here for volume. Normally that's what we're trying to find. 150 is the volume. What else did they tell us? The area of the base is 250 centimeters squared. Well, right here, B is 250. That's the area of the base. 250. We don't know the heights. We can leave it H, but what are they asking us for? The height. That's perfect. That's the only variable we have. So you could do a couple different things here. You can combine the 1/3 and the 250. I prefer to get rid of the 1/3 by multiplying both sides by 3. So that's going to end up giving me 250H. And 150 times 3 is 450. Okay, divide both sides by 250. You get 1.8. And it's height, so our label should just be centimeters. We don't label it in centimeters squared or cubed. So don't be confused by words. It's just same thing. Instead of finding these two and giving an answer of volume, this time we knew the volume and we had to find height. All right, there you go. Go ahead and try your homework. Please make sure you're showing your work.